Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 15 of the May Daily Draws. So let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And today we will go there. We have the Prince of Pentacles, or the Knight. What would normally be the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight's about action. But the thing about the Knight of Pentacles, we'll refer to it as the Knight, even though in this deck it's the Prince, but we'll still say Knight. He's on his horse, like the Knights usually are. But the thing about the Knight of Pentacles, and maybe alongside the Knight of Cups as well, are not so much charging forward. He's certainly not. He's paused. He's not galloping forward. But unlike with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So this is action, but not as fast-paced action as with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So this is a bit more of I always see this as a slow and steady wins the race kind of approach. The nature of the terrain before us may be that we can't rush too fast because of the possible pitfalls, and that could be an allegory for the situations in our lives that the situations we're involved in. We need to be moving forward, but cautiously enough, not to be paralyzed and we can't move forward. No, we're still confidently moving forward, but cautiously enough so that we can take in the terrain as we move. And we're not going so fast that we fall in, we don't get tripped up along the way because we didn't spot something that we would have spotted if we'd been going a bit slower, that, and we would have had time to have negotiated around it, say like a rock or something. And we, like if he's got he's got rocks here, look, around him. It's a rocky terrain, uneven ground, perhaps. And if it goes too quick, he could easily trip and stumble and lose footing because he doesn't notice something until it's too late because he's going too fast. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles, he doesn't do that. He takes things step by step, maybe a bit slower, but he's still taking action. And that's the key thing here. Action is still being taken. We're not stopping and doing nothing. No, we're maybe slowing the pace a little and be paying attention to what's happening, paying attention to detail very diligently, vigilantly, and using the right amount of caution for the situation that we're in. The fact that he's got his shield held in front of him means that he's ready. He's ready. He's got a defense stance there. So he's ready for anything. He's prepared for challenges or things coming at him. He's focused on protecting his well-being. He's not rashly going forward, regardless, and putting himself at too much risk. He is moving forward. But he's doing it in a way where he can negotiate the terrain, however uneven or rocky or changing it may be. He's going at a pace where he can look ahead and see what's coming and prepare for it. Preparedness, diligence, vigilance, the right amount of caution, not overcautious. He's not going to be too fearful. He's going to still be confident, but he's going to go forward with care, attention, and, doing his due diligence and taking the actions he needs to take, going one step at a time. And it may not be as quick as that. This means that we may not be progressing as quickly as we would like, but we're doing it right. We're doing it in a way that we'll get there. It may take a bit longer, but we'll get there in one piece. And that's the key thing. We're still moving forward towards our goal. We're still moving forward to where we want to be, but we're just taking that little bit extra care and attention now as to what lies ahead, because we may need to pay attention to details. We may need to navigate certain terrains that need a bit of we can't rush into it. We can move forward steadily, so we know where to, like the horse will know where to put its feet, where to steer around any obstacles, that kind of approach. So it's a pragmatic, steady as she goes approach that will eventually get to where we need to be, but maybe not as quickly as what we would have liked. We're not dashing forward like with the Knight of Wands or Swords, but we're taking a more careful approach. And I think that's the advice of this card today, is just make steady progress. You don't have to be trying to go too quickly. That might be counterproductive, because you may stumble and that will slow you down even more and take you longer to get back up and carry on. Whereas if you'd have got a consistent, steady pace, you would have eventually got there sooner than that dashing ahead and falling. So in the long term, that's where, slow and steady wins the race. So we'll get to where we're going to be. We just need to be careful how we do it. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. We have the Maypole. This is about fertility, all the ribbons coming together, celebration. We can and drink upon the riches I receive, it says here. This is more of a celebration. We'll celebrate. We're about to celebrate reaching our goals. It may take a bit longer, but that celebration will come. Also, these dancers have to go at a certain pace, a certain rhythm, so they're all harmonized, so they can each dance around the Maypole. If one of them decides to go too quickly, or some of them decide to go quicker than the others, then it may cause them to get disorganized and the ribbons could become tangled and everything comes crashing down. So that's why, don't charge ahead too quickly, because you need to go just at the right pace, and that would be echoed with the dance around the Maypole. So that, I think, is the key message here. Slow and steady, diligent, steadfast, take care, pay attention to details, but just keep moving forward and we will get there in due time. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 16. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.